22-2. They're riding a 15-game winning streak. They have not lost in 60 days. After beating UCF tonight by the final score of 60-50, we are joined by victorious head coach Mick Cronin. What did you like the most about tonight's win?
47 deflections. I thought I told the guys our goal tonight, 12 steals equals victory. If we get 12 steals, that means we'll be over 40 deflections. And we got to do a great job on the defensive glass, which we did. They only had 4 live ball rebounds. So offensive, Taco had 4. The other 3 got knocked out of bounds. So that was enough for us to never trail and control the game, despite missing a multitude of wide open shots. It's a little disconcerting playing in a game where they're basically giving you an open shot every possession, and you're not getting anything at the rim in the half court for the most part. So I think it threw us off just enough. They changed their defenses. They did a good job. They lead the nation in field goal percentage defense for a reason.
Right.
Because they got the big fellas standing in front of the rim, and they're a big team in general, and they're well coached. So they played to that. My biggest fear was we'd come out and miss a bunch of open shots. Troy got a ton of open looks, and the worst case scenario happens. So that's why I was trying to so hard with our preparation. You saw us pressing all night. You saw us doing everything we could to try to get transition baskets, and that was the key to the game. We had enough points off turnovers and enough fast break points to get away from them, because it's just a struggle to get an easy bucket against them in a half court, unless you can knock down a bunch of open shots, which we didn't do tonight.
You've got to say to yourself, gee, we played a game with 5 turnovers. Now, you're right, they don't really make it tough to score against them, but 5 turnovers.
They make it tough to score. They don't pressure the ball.
That is correct.
But you're always happy with that, Chuck. We're I think 2nd or 3rd in the nation in assist to turnover ratio, and it's a big part of why our record is what it is.
Well, you followed with 16 assists.
At the end of the day, we've got a team that passes the ball pretty well. Tonight we didn't shoot the ball quite the way we're capable of shooting the basketball. I told Kevin Johnson, I thought he changed the game. He was the key. He knocked down 2 big shots early in the second half. We had missed when you miss a bunch in a row, so it's almost like you can't make a putt. Somebody finally makes a putt. Somebody's got to knock one down. That's the hardest one too. It's easy, if you make 2 or 3 in a row and then you're the 4th guy. The hardest one is to get the guy started and get things started. I thought when we really needed a basket, Kevin hit 2 big shots for us. And then when the game was an 8-point game, Quadri Moore made a tremendous face-up shot at the elbow, which we worked hard on in our preparation. Like, we knew that was the shot that was going to be there. Like, obviously in the scouting, it's tough to get to the rim on them. You've got to be able to catch the ball in that high post when they play zone, because the big fella won't come up on you and shoot it in.
I like Quadri's shot because he faked at first, took his defense back a step, and nothing but net. But I love the 3 that started the first part of the game, which was Kyle making that little baby hook shot right over the man he penetrated against.
Well, that's the only shot we made on the big fella all day.
Yes,
I'll tell you that. The bigger teams like them, obviously it's tough for them to match up because we invert our offense and bring Gary and Kyle out, and they had to go to the zone, and their zone was pretty obviously. When the team goes to the zone and you start missing open looks, the pressure mounts, the floor shrinks, the basket shrinks, and that's why I say Kevin Johnson's 2 threes were huge for us at the beginning of the second half, because I thought it got our sigh of relief on some, the body language changed on some of our players. But I would tell you the thing, back to answer your original question, 47 deflections. Jacob Evans with a record 18 deflections. I didn't even have to look at the board. I told Larry, because people would say he's got to, we got to get Jacob scoring. I tell you, any player, just worry about playing hard. Okay, you can't worry about whether you're making shots or not. You got to worry about you can control your hustle, your attitude, your effort, and how hard you play and the toughness you do it with. Those are all controllables. Can't control whether nobody's trying to miss an open shot. And he focused on the controllables, and his effort was tremendous tonight. He had a multitude of defensive plays, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 18 deflections. He was all over the place.
How about the lack of shooting free throws tonight? I mean, they don't foul you, they don't get aggressive.
Yeah.
Yet you turn.
Well, when they're letting you shoot, they're letting you shoot a lot of jump shots.
Yes.
Obviously, Bearcat fans think that Taco whacked us a few times going after rebounds. But, it's one of those games when a team plays zone, they're not going to foul much. And, our game plan wasn't to take him on. Unless we could get into his body, we were just going to pass the ball and take the open shot. And that's what we did. And I would tell you this, Chuck, I thought the best thing we do is keep them off the foul line, because they are a team that doubles up their opponents at the foul line. They attack, they're huge, they drive the ball, they commit to driving the ball. We did a great job of converging. We even, we got Taco he had 7 baskets, but he had 6 turnovers. So we did a pretty good job converging on him.
Were you satisfied with the fact that your offense tonight came from the open shot as opposed to creating an open shot? You, with the ball, taking it to them, not necessarily inside, but away from their defense.
We got to get it inside to out. Anytime you see a zone, if they can get you passing around the perimeter the entire possession, you're going to struggle. They're going to match with you. I thought we got a little stagnant with our movement in the first half. I think when we play them again, at least we'll have a film to look at and try to do a better job of finding a comfort level for our guys against their zone. We're going to have to do a better job as a coaching staff dissecting their zone a little bit better than we did. Although, if you shoot them out of it, then you don't have to deal with it.
Right.
But so goes the game. We didn't shoot them out of it, and so we had to deal with it longer and longer. But they got a good team, Chuck. I mean, they got 15 wins. This team played Villanova just like they played us tonight.
And SMU.
If you don't make, they led SMU most of the game at home. Right. So, hold a team to 50 as a coach. You can't get upset when you can't always be upset. I know some people think I am. I'm not. You're not. Like I said the other day, hey, it's great. We made shots. I love when we make shots. Makes my life easier. And then people start asking me to talk at offensive clinics. But I know we're not always going to make them. So I knew, and the law of averages comes about. So my biggest fear was tonight we'd struggle on the offensive end with all the open looks. And we would better make sure we grind this one out and play great defense. And the kids did it. We played great defense. They only had 4 live ball offensive rebounds. We had 47 deflections and 12 steals. So I was really happy with our overall effort.
Great effort.
You referred to the Jacob Evans total of 18 deflections as a record for him or for one of your guys?
That might be for total. Kashmir Wright will be texting me if he's listening to this, because I think he may have held the record. It could have got broken tonight.
How about that?
Yes.
All right. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys.
Cincinnati, perfect in league play, 11-0. Heading to a big showdown on Sunday at SMU. Mustangs 10-1 in league play. They've got a game coming up tomorrow night on the road at Temple. Cincinnati wins tonight, 60-50. We'll take a timeout.